That's what I've always said. He can't keep anything to himself. Really? How interesting. And he works all day too. That's terrible. That's not what I heard. I don't believe that. Honestly, I witnessed it myself. He simply talks too much. These are bad times. I can't take care of everything for everybody. Go away, don't tell me that. That's an open secret. He can't keep anything to himself. Really? How interesting. These are bad times. Now that's typical, isn't it? Don't say. That's not what I heard. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. But that's terrible. And it's going to get even worse. You don't say. Honestly, I witnessed it myself. I don't believe that. I can't take care of everything for everybody. I don't believe that.
I bring you news from Garand. Here, he gave me this message for you.
Our situation is worse than I had feared, but report to me on the situation in the Valley of Mines.
The Paladins are holed up in the castle in the Valley of Mines, surrounded by orcs. There were many casualties in the prospecting operations, and there's barely any ore left. Well, I should say that without any help, the lads are lost. That's how it looks.
I shall find a way to rescue this expedition. You have done much for us. Inos will thank you.
I'm not all that interested in his gratitude. I want his eye.
Yes, of course, I stand by my word. Take this letter. It will open the monastery gates to you. Speak with Pyrokar, the highest fire magician, and show him this authorization. He will grant you access to the Eye of Inos. One more thing before you go. Take this rune as a token of my gratitude. It will take you safely back to the city whenever you want.
I need to talk to you about Bennett.
But that's the mercenary who murdered one of my men.
I believe that Bennett is innocent.
The evidence is clear. He is guilty.
So what if the proof is wrong?
Be careful what you say. You raise some serious accusations. If you cannot present me with evidence that the witness lied, then you had best hold your tongue.
How come you're so sure that Bennett is the killer?
We have a witness. As you can see, there is no doubt about the mercenary's guilt.
Who is that witness?
Cornelius, the governor's secretary, saw the murder. His description fits Bennett, no doubt about that. As far as I am concerned, that settles the matter. The mercenary will hang for treason.
How's the situation?
I must find a way to rescue this expedition. We must do something against the dragons. Perhaps the Eye of Inos can save us all now.
I need to talk to you about Bennett.
He simply talks too much. Go away, don't tell me that.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
How's it going?
What business is it of yours?
I didn't...
You have that.
He'd better shut up. You don't say.
You saw the murder of Lothar, didn't you?
I need not answer any questions about a current investigation. Lord Hagen already has everything I know on record.
I can't take care of everything for
What was it you saw?
Really, I haven't got any time now. You need to go now. The office is closing.
These are bad times.
Enough of that. What did you see?
I saw how the mercenary struck down the paladin from behind, and then he took his sword and rammed it through his chest.
Are you completely sure?
Yes, of course. I saw it with my own eyes. But I really haven't got any time now. There's a huge pile of paperwork I need to do.
Everybody knows.
I don't believe you.
So what? What are you going to do about it?
I won't tell her a thing from now on. Now that's typical, isn't it?
I could tell the mercenaries where you live.
What is that supposed to mean?
I bet they're dying to make your acquaintance. They're not very happy at all.
You can't do that. They would kill me.
That is very possible.
I'll say whatever you want. But you mustn't do that.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
So what really happened?
I didn't see what happened. I received some gold for blaming that mercenary. In times like these, it's everyone for himself. I needed that money.
Who paid you?
That's enough. He'll kill me if I rat him out.
Are you going to tell that to Lord Hagen too?
I'm not a lunatic. I can't stay in town now.
That's not what my husband thinks. Everybody knows by now. Now that's typical.
Wait a minute.
Leave me alone.
Don't tell this to anyone.
That was exactly what I said.
These are bad times.
What about Bennett, the blacksmith?
You mean the mercenary? He is sitting in jail where he belongs.
Can I talk to him?
Certainly. Just go in. But if you try to help him escape, you will be in for it.
I've been able to rescue some of the missing people.
How many people did you find?
All those who were still alive.
All? That was a grand deed.
How's the situation in town?
Everything is under control.
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal.
You haven't come to get your buddy out of here, have you? Forget it. As soon as I raise the alarm, the boys will be here in an instant. And then, we'll have us some minced mercenary.
I want to see the prisoners.
Yeah, go ahead and say goodbye to your pal.
How come you're in the slammer?
Those swine have thrown me in the hole. I'm supposed to have murdered a paladin. But I didn't do it. They're only trying to frame me.
Why would they do that?
How would I know? You've got to get me out of here. Talk to Lord Hagen. Tear down the wall. Who cares? Just do something.
What happened?
I went downtown with Hodges to buy some supplies for our boys. Suddenly, we heard a loud scream and the sound of running feet.
Get to the point.
We knew at once that something had happened and that they would grab us at once if they saw us there. We ran like hell, then just before we got to the city gate, I tripped and sprained my ankle. The rest is soon told. The militia was on me at once and they threw me straight into this hole.
Who was murdered?
I have no idea. One of the paladins. I don't know them.
Have you got a name?
Some Lothar, I think. Well, I don't know. I'm not really sure. You had better ask Lord Hagen. He knows all the details.
Do they have any evidence against you?
They say they have a witness who recognized me.
Well, do you know who the witness is?
No, all I know is that he's lying.
Who's leading the investigation?
Lord Hagen himself. Since the victim was one of the paladins, this falls under martial law.
What does that mean?
That's easy to guess. If I don't get out of here, they're going to let me swing without further ado. You've got to help me or there'll be a war. Lee's not going to take this lying down. You can figure out for yourself what that means.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis.
I'm not telling you anything new.
What about...
You mean the mercenary?
Can I talk?
Certainly.
That was obvious all along.
Just like you said. But he knew that all along. Enough trouble as it is.
I never knew that.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Honestly,
Not
I
what I
witnessed it
heard.
myself.
That's really not my problem.
That's what
But
I've
no,
always said.
he insisted he knew better.
Who says things like that?
I agree with you completely.
That was quite obvious.
It's no secret.
He works all day, too.
Diego says hello,
What?
He can't keep
Who?
anything to himself.
What, Diego?
and he wants me to give you this letter.
But that's
That can't be. No. I'm a goner. Is he in town then?
Who?
Diego, of course.
Yes, I'm gonna meet him here shortly.
Oh, this is the end then. All is lost. I've got no time. I need to get out of here. Quick! If he finds me here, I'm done for.
Anything new?
What is that about? You and your... Leave me al-
Hey! How do you make a living now?
I don't know, but at any rate, no more shady dealings for me. That much is clear.
I need to talk. How come you're so
We have a wit, as you can see.
Who is... Cornelius lied.
How did you know that?
Here, I've got his diary. Everything's in there.
That slimy little criminal! In view of the new evidence, there is nothing else I can do. By virtue of the office granted me by king and church, I declare that the prisoner Bennett is exonerated of all charges and is thereby a free man. Cornelius is to be taken into immediate custody for perjury.
He's made himself scarce.
Sooner or later he will turn up, then we shall arrest him. I must find... We perhaps...
Here. You have no bit.
See?
Get
that
out.
wasn't so hard.
Damn it. What's up? I've heard you are with the Paladins in the Valley of Mines. I'm impressed. You should take your time and browse my goods. Right now, I have a very special potion to offer.
Show me your wares.
What do you want here? Go!
Smart kid.
Wait a minute.
That's no secret.
Hey, you!
That was no big deal.
Can you heal me?
Got it. Will it ever change?
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
That will never change.
Someone's got to do the work.
That doesn't mean...
Leave me alone!
Got my own opinion about that.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
Hey, you!
And it's going to get even worse. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That's not what I heard. That's an open secret.
We'll talk about that.
Wait a minute.
What do you...
Show me your...
Everybody knows by now.
Look at that.
I don't want to hear it. I don't know why you get so worked up.
And there's more. I will never change.
Hey!
So, how are the fish?
I've...
I'm not telling you anything, no better off myself.
Hey!
Been there, done there. No idea. You tell me.
Nothing amazes me. If he doesn't see that, I can't help it.
Then
I couldn't care less. Only in us decides what's right.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help it.
He thinks it's as easy as that to happen sooner or later.
For that is the will of us.
I hardly know what to do. Don't say you didn't know that.
Wait a minute.
It's totally obvious.
You didn't get that from me. I hardly know what to believe anymore.
I agree with you completely.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis, by the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, hereby innocence was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
Who says things like that? These are bad times.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
He can't keep anything to himself.
I never knew that.
Someone's gonna do the work.
Will it ever change?
That's not what my husband.
Nobody will learn anything.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis, by the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
That's what I think. And he works all day too.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis, by the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen. Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis, by the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
Will it ever change? Really true.
I won't tell her a thing from now
I'm
on.
not telling you anything new.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
He simply talks too much.
I'm no better off myself.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I'm not telling you anything new.
He simply talks too much.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis, by the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
I'm no better off myself.
You don't say.
doesn't amaze me.
That's all just gossip. Listen to the wrong
That's an
people.
open secret.
He doesn't see
I
that.
never knew that.
can't
Nothing surprises me.
And it's gonna get even worse.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord has been declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
Someone's gotta do the work.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Who says things like that?
Will it ever change? Nobody will learn
Now
anything
that's
from me.
typical,
Ever
isn't it?
change?
That was obvious all along.
That's an open secret.
That was obvious
That
all
was
along.
obvious all along.
You can't take care of everything for
I'm
everyone.
no better off myself.
These are bad
Hear
times.
ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen declared the following decree is hereby his innocence was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I never knew that. Don't tell me you didn't know.
Everybody knows by now.
He doesn't see
Is
that.
it really
I
true?
can't
It's
help
not what I heard.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
But no, he insisted he knew
You
better.
don't say.
But no, he insisted
I'm not
he
telling
knew
you
better.
anything new.
Really? How interesting.
That's been known a long time.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord has been declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
Do you really believe that?
That's an open secret.
Not what I heard.
That's all just gossip. Listen to the wrong
That's an
people.
open secret.
I'm not telling you anything new.
And he works all day, too.
That's been known a long time. He insisted he knew better. You hardly know who to believe these days.
Someone's gotta do the work.
There's nothing
Hear
you can do
ye,
about it.
inhabitants of
Really?
Khorinis.
How interesting.
By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord has been declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord
Who
Hagen.
says things like that?
It's really not my problem. To the wrong
That's an
people.
open secret.
Ever change?
Is it really true? There's nothing you can do about
Everybody knows by now.
telling you anything
it. But no,
new.
he insisted he knew better.
That's terrible.
That's all just gossip. I agree with you
If
completely.
I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Really? How interesting.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis.
Works
By
all
the
day, too.
explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
To the wrong people.
You don't say.
That's all just
I'm
gossip.
no better off myself.
These are bad times.
Tell me you didn't
There's
know
nothing you
that.
can do about it.
He can't keep anything to himself.
I'm no better off myself.
Go away. Don't
Is it
tell me
really
that.
true?
I'm not telling you anything new.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
He had
Hear
better
ye,
sense.
inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit
Don't tell
order
us
of the Honorable Lord has been declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
He never would have thought of that
He had
himself.
better
Listen
shut
to the
up.
wrong
That
people.
doesn't surprise me.
And he works all day, too.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Everybody knows
Is
by
it
now.
really true?
I'm not telling you anything new.
He had better shut up.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
I'm no better off myself.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
No better off
That's
myself.
been known a long time.
And he works all day, too.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
That's not what I heard.
It's a bad. You listen to the wrong people.
That's
I
terrible.
never knew that.
I agree with you
That's
completely.
what I've
I
always
agree with you completely.
I'm no better off myself.
That's terrible.
You really believe that?
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
Is it really true?
I never knew that.
Take
It's
care
really
of
not.
That was obvious all along.
it. Works all day, too.
It's really not my problem.
These are bad times.
Bad business.
You listen to the wrong
And it's
people.
gonna get
Do you
even
really
worse.
believe that?
You hardly know who to believe
I hadn't
these
seen
days.
it with my
Hear
believe
ye,
that?
inhabitants of Khorinis.
That's an open
By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord
It's been
Hagen.
known a long time.
Don't tell me.
I never knew that.
There's nothing you can do about it.
That doesn't amaze me.
I never knew that.
He simply talks
Would
to
it ever
you.
change?
You hardly know who to believe.
Hear
these days.
ye,
Nobody will
inhabitants
learn
of
anything
Khorinis.
from
Don't tell me you
By the
didn't know that.
explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, declared the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord
Nobody will
Hagen.
learn anything from
Is
me.
it really true?
If I hadn't seen it with my
Don't
own
tell me you didn't know that.
That's really not my
eyes,
problem.
can't keep anything.
Is it really true?
He never would have thought of that himself.
You hardly know who to believe these
There's nothing you
days.
can do
That's what
about
I've
it.
always said.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
That doesn't surprise me.
Works all
That's
day,
not
too.
what I heard.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted, was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
Never thought of that himself.
It's not what I heard.
Will it ever change?
That's all just gossip.
It's gonna get even
But
worse.
no, he insisted he knew
Do
better.
you really believe that?
Everybody knows.
I'd have done it differently.
I never knew that.
That's what I've always.
That's not what I heard.
You hardly know who to believe these
If
days.
he doesn't see that,
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted, free of guilt, because his innocence was proven by a clever advisor of Lord.
Hey, you!
Out and about so early? I'm usually alone at this time of day. But since you're already here, you might as well learn something. So pay attention. You can deceive some opponents if you dodge their blows and attack at the right moment. Remember that in your next fight.
Declared free of guilt because his innocence was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
Hey! Hey! All quiet?
You're still alive. I'm impressed.
I need your help.
If it's absolutely necessary, what's wrong?
I'm being...
Really?
Show me there isn't.
yes.
Hey. Nothing to be had there. Nothing to be had there. Nothing there. Did something happen?
You've got to help me. The Black Robes have invaded my house. I know you mercenaries aren't big on charity, but I would pay you. Those fellas said they were looking for something, but surely not in my house. Please help me make them go away again.
Your house is empty. The Black Hoods have left.
You did a great job. NOTR can count himself lucky to have people like you on his side.
Not so fast, my friend. You were babbling about a reward, weren't you? Or was I just hearing things?
All that I can do is give you a bit of gold and ask you to spare me.
Give it here, then. I'm in a hurry.
Here.
Wait a minute. Has anything happened in the meantime?
Nothing since those scoundrels in black were in my house.
Wait a minute. Hey. Hey. Everything else?
Oh, I can't complain.
he is.
The way you look, you must have signed on somewhere else. Then I won't have anything to do with you.
Wait a minute.
What are you wearing? Put on your armor, will you?
Can I?
I don't have much.
Can I have some more of your stew?
I heard you helped Bennett get out of jail. Good job, kid.
It's no secret.
He should have known better.
Hey, you!
He thinks it's as easy as that.
And? Found a new task yet?
Not so far.
Tell me that isn't true.
Do you really think?
Don't say you didn't know that. If he doesn't see that, I can't help it.
Everything all right with you?
You saved my ass, man. I'll never forget that.
That's really not my problem.
What do you want to do now?
I think I'll load up on grub first.
And then?
Who knows? Maybe I'll go back to the mining colony. Someone should keep an eye on the orcs. Otherwise, they'll all show up on the doorstep without warning.
Will it ever change?
But he knew that all along.
He doesn't even know how to hold a secret.
That's the first I've heard of it.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Where did you pick that up then?
That's not what I heard.
You have to step.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
You have to step in.
Wait a minute.
Ah, it's good that you've come.
What's up?
I found this in the old chapel. It's a magic rune. I think it will teleport you straight back here to the farm. I thought you might be able to use it.
I have freed Gorn.
Yes, you already told me. Good work. He's worth more than Silvio and his boys put together.
I've come from the Valley of Mines. The castle there was attacked by dragons.
So it's true. Lars said that rumors about dragons are circulating through the city. I didn't believe it. What about the paladins?
They've been thoroughly decimated.
Good. Maybe now Lord Hagen will think again about my offer. And if not, then we'll
Do you have better armor for me?
I sure do.
Is it really true?
Don't you have anything else for me to do?
You can't get enough, You're in plenty of trouble as it is. What else do you want, then?
Another assignment. I'm a mercenary, remember?
All right, I've got something. It's just the thing for you. I have a debt to settle with the judge in town. I'd actually prefer to do it myself, but the paladins wouldn't let me within a stone's throw of his house. The thing has to be handled with a bit of consideration, so pay attention. You'll go to the judge and offer him your services. You'll try to win his trust and carry out some dirty work for him until you find something to incriminate him. The swine has done so many dirty jobs that it stinks to high heaven. Bring me something I can use to blacken his name with the militia, so that he spends the rest of his life molding in the slammer. But I don't want you to kill him. That would be too quick. I want him to suffer, understand? Do you think you can do that?
You didn't get that from me.
No problem. How much?
Your reward depends on what you bring me, so make an effort.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
You really didn't deserve that.
Hey!
Do you really That's not my problem.
Have you got something for me to do?
Have you seen those black hooded guys creeping by here? Those people give me the willies, I'll tell you. When I was at sea, I saw some pretty curious things, but those fellows really scared me. They went in the direction of the bandit camp in the mountains at the southern end of the valley. Maybe you should go there and check on those guys, and do away with them.
Really true.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
He had known a long time that.
Hey!
I used to say that myself. I've got no time for things like that.
I never knew that.
That's no secret.
Teach.
I can. You've become better already. Keep it up.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
There's not what I can do about it.
That will never change.
That's all just gossip.
It happens. You can't rely on that.
Really didn't deserve that.
Will it ever change? Do you really believe that?
You don't have to tell me that.
I don't like it so.
Nobody will learn anything.
Nothing to plunder. Nothing to plunder. Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I fled here from Bengar's farm. I didn't want to be butchered by all those creatures coming out of the pass. You can't imagine what sort of things came out of the pass the last few days.
I can. What's it like here?
Here, I only have to put up with the bandits. It's the lesser evil.
There he is.
Hey, you!
Same old thing all over again.
Don't say you didn't know that. NOTR himself was after him.
The black-hooded men in the mountains are no longer with us.
You were able to deal with them? Good man. I didn't trust those guys one bit. They were bound to cause a lot of trouble.
That was really didn't deserve that. Man, and here I was thinking they'd really hang me.
Well, it worked all right in the end.
You can say that again. You should have seen the face of the soldier when he had to let me out. He was so scared, he almost did it in his pants. Which reminds me, I've got something for you.
What do you mean?
A present.
Teach me how to forge magic ore weapons.
But you don't even know the basics. First, you need to learn how to forge a decent...
What present?
We have heard of the dragons that are said to be in the valley.
They're really there.
All right, I believe you. At any rate, some of the boys have decided to go into the valley as well. They're planning to tidy up in there.
What's that got to do with me?
I've developed a new type of armor, Dragon Hunter's armor. It's sturdier and lighter than traditional armor. Since you're the one who saved me, I want you to have the first piece. It's a gift. I thought you might want to be in on the fun. You're gonna need the right equipment when you go down to that valley. Also, I'm interested in dragon scales. Genuine dragon scales. I shall pay you a good price for them.
How much do I get per scale?
200 gold pieces.
What about forging? What do you need?
I won't get that from me.
That doesn't agree with you completely.
Really thought as much.
Nobody knows anything about me.
That's quite obvious. That all along.
What wares do you have to offer?
Tell me what you want.
I've got this feeling of trepidation. I need help.
I can see that sleep will not be enough for you to recuperate. You have been exposed to the black look of the Seekers. Go to Pyrokar, the highest magician of the monastery. My humble remedies are not enough.
Heal me.
Telling you anything new.
Can't rely on that. Hey, you! Buddy!
What do you want?
These last few days, I've been thinking about how we could make some quick money in this dump.
And?
I think I've stumbled across a possibility of making money fast. A merchant from town would shell out a lot of dough for a certain thing.
Why are you telling me this?
I can't do it myself. I need to stay here and watch those stupid sheep.
You mean the farmers?
That's what I'm saying.
What's this about?
The merchant claims that he could market shadow beast horns very profitably. Someone would have to go to the woods and harvest those beasts. And that's where you come in.
How much is to be gained there?
A bunch of money, I tell you. There will be enough for the two of us. And since you gave me that gold back then, I'll make you a special price.
Sounds good. I'll let you know when I manage to get some horns. Can you teach me how to fight better?
I might well be able to give you a hint or two.
Can you?
I might.
It's a bad business.
Nobody wants to know.
You listen to the wrong people.
Nobody wants to know.
That was obvious all along.
Nobody wants to know.
That's not what I heard.
Same old thing all over again.
I'm no better off myself.
You don't...
I'm no better off myself.
Things would have turned out differently if it hadn't been for us.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Been there, done that.
That was obvious all along.
Same old thing all over again.
I'm no better off myself.
I couldn't get away with that.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
That was no big deal.
That's been known a long time.
Things would have turned out differently if it hadn't been for us.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
I'll get some more Shadow Beast horns for your merchant.
Great. Give them here. And get me more. Who knows for how long that merchant will still want these things. Here's your share. He really should have known better.
You seem to have bitten off more than you can chew.
I'll get even with you. You can count on it.
Did anything else of interest happen?
Not that I know of. Nobody tells me anything.
That's all just gossip.
I used to say that myself.
You listen to the wrong people.
Show me your wares.
Certainly, brother of the ring.
I never knew that.
You don't have to tell me that.
How's it going with your tavern?
Hopefully these black magicians will move on soon. Otherwise, I can close the tavern. Almost nobody dares to come here anymore.
That will never change.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Things I could tell you.
Hey! Bless me.
I bless you in the name of Innos. May the Lord's fire burn in your heart and give you the strength to act according to his justice.
Show me your wares.
May Innos watch over you always.
Hey, you. Hey, you. Ever been to the monastery?
Maybe. Why?
Are they still taking on people? I wouldn't know where else to turn.
Where do you come from?
I used to be captain of a big whaler, my boy. The sea is my home. My ship, the good old Magdalena, was sunk by pirates a few months ago, and now I'm stranded here. All I ever wanted was to go back to sea. Since I've come here, not one schooner is called at this accursed port. The only ship which is anchored in Khorinis is that blasted war galley of the king. And they don't take on anyone. So what else can I do? There's no work for me in town. I've tried everything.
You'd better get off the road.
Don't worry. I've already noticed that the wilderness out here has become damn dangerous in the last couple of days.
I can see that the rumors are true.
What rumors?
That you've joined up with those dragon hunters. Well, you never were a man of the church. Nevertheless, you're fighting for our cause, and that's what counts.
Is that all?
I'm glad, of course. And the way you look, every orc is bound to be afraid of you.
This is not only about the orcs.
I know, but nonetheless, they're a problem. You are important. You defeated the Sleeper. We may all need your help someday.
Oh well. I need to get into the monastery. It's urgent.
I can't let you into the monastery. I'll get in trouble with the High Council. Without the permission of my superiors, I can't let anyone into the monastery.
I've got a letter from Lord Hagen.
Show me. All right, here's the key to the monastery. Pyrocar is in the church.
How did you get to the monastery so fast?
What kind of a question is that? I crept through the pass and made my way straight to the monastery. Admittedly, it was never easy avoiding all the monsters making themselves at home on this side of the valley. But ultimately, I encountered fewer problems than I expected.
Do you know where the others are?
Gorn seems to have coped with his stay in Garon's dungeon very well. In any case, he wanted to go to Lee and see what was happening on the farm. After the grub they serve in the dungeon, he's probably stuffing his face right now and putting the mercenaries' provisions to a real test. Diego mumbled something about a reckoning. No idea what he meant by that. But I suspect he's in the city. You know him, always there when there's something to be had.
Do you know anything about the hooded figures?
No, but I have a bad feeling about those guys. Be careful if you run into them.
I couldn't get away with that.
I do not know why you were allowed to enter the monastery. I am Paladin, and I am responsible for our novices. I do not want you to keep them from their work with stupid questions.
Can't go on like
Is
this
that
forever.
clear?
Sure.
I certainly hope so.
No one was
Where can I find...
And there's more, believe me.
The church?
Lord Almighty.
Scriptures.
Has Inos stricken you blind? Where is the church? Oh my, where could it possibly be?
Better watch out who you tell that to.
I'm staying out of it.
That's totally obvious.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
Dismissed. You know what you have to do.
I've come from the old Valley of Mines.
What do you have to report?
The enemy has formed up there with an army of orcs and dragons.
We have already learned that from Milton. But what about the king's shipment of ore?
The mine they are digging for Garand in the valley cannot satisfy the demands of the king.
The days are becoming grayer, and the light of the sun is ever weaker.
I was attacked by men in black robes.
I know. Those are the Seekers, henchmen from the nether realms of Beliar. Beware of them. They will try to take possession of you. Once possessed, you will no longer be yourself. Only here in the monastery could you find help then, so be careful. Here, this rune will bring you directly back to the monastery if you need our help. Remember, we must offer resistance or we shall all be doomed.
I have come to take the Eye of Inos.
I see that you have received an authorization from Lord Hagen himself to bear the Eye of Enos. I am afraid that I have to disappoint you. We have fallen victim to a treacherous plot of the enemy. The Eye of Enos has been violently taken from these sacred walls.
Who did this?
Evil is cunning and usually works in secret. Only rarely do you see it emerge to pursue its evil machinations in broad daylight. But these days, it's a different matter. The enemy now shows himself openly in the street, in every home and every public square. This can only mean that he no longer fears any adversary and is not going to shrink back from anything. One of our most faithful followers, a candidate for the high robe of the Magicians of Fire, has changed his allegiance unexpectedly, and in an alarmingly evil manner. Pedro, the enemy has taken possession of him, thus inflicting a terrible defeat upon us. Pedro has forced his way into our most sacred halls and stolen the eye. I fear that he simply spent too much time by himself, outside of the gates, and thus beyond the protective walls of the monastery, exposed to all lurking dangers.
Where did the thief flee to?
Pedro knocked down some of the other novices who tried to stop him and disappeared into the morning mist. Many novices have gone after him to bring the eye back to its place unharmed. If you want to catch up with him, you need to hurry before Pedro disappears out of your reach.
I think I'm possessed. Can you heal me?
Not without a token of your respect for this monastery, my son. 300 gold coins.
Great. Here's the money.
Here, drink this. May the mercy of Enos be your salvation.
What about a little blessing? I could surely use it.
May Enos stand between you and harm on all the unholy paths you will have to walk.
Not so fast. I have another task for you. A mercenary for hire of your kind could be of use to us in this matter.
Whom should I kill?
For Enos' sake, no one, of course. This business demands a bit more finesse, you lout. Salandril, the alchemist from the upper end of town, is guilty of a serious crime and must be punished for it. However, he has refused to come to the monastery to be judged. Bring him here. How you accomplish this does not matter to us. You will, of course, be rewarded.
Isn't that the militia's business?
The militia is responsible for the city alone. This affair has far-reaching consequences.
No problem. I'll take care of it.
Good. We expect to hear from you in a few days.
Is there anything...
Dismissed. One more little thing. Stay away from the roadside shrines. We have heard that some of them have been desecrated. No one can say what effect they have now. It is not your task to solve this problem. The paladins will take care of this matter.
Any news?
No. Nothing which you do not already know, brother.
Hey, you!
Nobody ever asks me. Who's his...
Have you got anything interesting for me?
No.
Can't go on like
Welcome, my son. Where do you come from?
That's no secret.
I've come from the farms.
Then I bid you welcome in the name of hospitality. I hope that you will appreciate it. Do not abuse your place as a guest, or you will have big problems.
What is evil?
Evil is everywhere. It is the power of Beliar, the eternal adversary of Enos. It is the all-encompassing blackness which seems to blot out the light of Innos forever. Beliar is the Lord of darkness, of hate, and of destruction. Only those among us in whose hearts burns the holy fire of Innos will bear the radiant light of Innos into the world and banish the darkness.
Things I could tell you.
Any news?
Yes, the enemy has succeeded in planting a traitor in our sacred halls. He has stolen the Eye of Innos, one of our most important artifacts, and that is only the tip of the iceberg. The enemy has apparently already entered the city.
What do you mean?
One of the paladins, Lothar, was murdered in the street. In broad daylight. It has gone too far, but I fear that is only the beginning.
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
Where did the thief go?
I don't know that. He rushed to the gate like he was possessed and then disappeared. No matter where he hides, under what rock he crawls, the wrath of Innos will strike him and scorch his black soul.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
Bennett is innocent. The witness lied.
How do you know that?
I have found proof.
Sometimes I think that treason and greed are our greatest enemies.
What's going to happen now?
We will pursue the thief no matter where. We will hunt him down and see to it that he receives his just punishment.
For that, we would need to know first who the thief is.
We will soon find out, and no matter how long it takes us, we shall find him. This I swear by Innos.
Nobody wants to know.
That's nothing.
What do you want here? Go! Just see, that wasn't so hard.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
I couldn't get away with that.
As if I don't have enough.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be on your way and looking for the underhanded traitor Pedro?
He's not going to get very far.
I hope so for your sake. If he should escape because you've been lollygagging here, I will personally drag you before the tribunal.
What would you accuse me of?
Conspiracy with the enemy. It takes little imagination to picture the punishment for such an offense. And now, see to it that you lose no more time. Otherwise, the next time we meet, it will be at the stake. You know everything you need to know. Now, be on your way.
I am Master Highglass, guardian of the fire and keeper of the knowledge.
What are you studying, Master?
My research focuses on fire, the power of Innos. It is his gift and at the same time a mighty weapon, and I create runes which contain his power.
Hey!
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
How are the...
How do you think they are? I'd rather know what's happening outside. The magicians seem to be very nervous.
Pedro betrayed us.
I'd heard that, but I didn't know that you were aware of that too. That's why I didn't say anything. Is the enemy stronger than us? I mean, can we defeat him?
We're not dead yet.
That was no big deal.
Strangers in black robes roam the countryside.
What do you mean? What sort of strangers?
Nobody knows where they've come from. They wear long black robes and they cover their faces. They seem to be some kind of magician. At least they're capable of magic.
That sounds very disturbing, but I'm sure that the High Council will solve this problem.
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
There are dragons in the Valley of Mines. They are besieging the royal troops together with the army of orcs.
Dragons? I always thought they only existed in horror stories.
They're there, believe me.
But the king's paladins will deal with them, won't they?
We'll see.
I never would have thought.
Things I could tell you.
Hey!
Better watch out who you tell that to.
What are you planting?
We're trying to grow...
So how's...
You are only a guest here in the monastery of Enos, and therefore you should act accordingly and not disturb me while I'm working. Good day.
What are you...
I must not speak with...
That doesn't sound terribly happy.
Well, I mean, everything is just fine, really. Only, oh, I don't want to complain.
Oh, come on, you can tell me.
And you really won't tell the magicians?
Do I look like I would?
All right. I have a problem with one of the novices. He's got a hold over me.
Come on, spit it out then.
Igaraz, that's the novice, found some of my private papers. He threatened to give them to the magicians if I don't do what he says.
Maybe I can help you.
You would do that?
Well, that depends, of course.
Naturally, I'd pay you for that.
How much?
Of course, I don't have much money, but I could give you a spell scroll. I have a healing spell.
I'll see what I can do.
Honestly, it just has to work. It has to. So, you only need to find out where Igaraz keeps the stuff. Then you swipe it from him, and everything will be just fine.
Relax. You just continue for now. I'll see to the rest. Are you satisfied with your task?
It's all right, but I need to get back to work. Otherwise, I'll never get finished today. I don't want to work half the night again in order to finish my obligation and stay out of trouble. I always act in the name of Enos.
Hey, you! We need to talk about Babo.
Yes? What's wrong?
You've got something which belongs to Babo.
What might that be?
A few papers. Babo would like them back.
He would, wouldn't he? I can imagine. Unfortunately, I prefer to keep them, which brings us to a bit of a dilemma.
Where have you got the papers?
Well, of course I don't have them on me. I'm afraid I can't help you further.
Where are they?
I have them safely locked up, and you will never get the key from me.
What was Babo supposed to do for you?
If I had known the baby would do it in his pants over a few swamp weeds, then I would have seen to it that someone else took care of the monastery garden.
He's supposed to grow swamp weed?
Of course. Since none of that stuff comes out from behind the barrier anymore, the price in the city has tripled. It could have been a good bargain for everyone involved. But Babo didn't want to play along.
How much do you want for the papers?
Actually, they're almost priceless. You very rarely see something like that here. But I have no desire to wager my future against a few gold pieces. 300 gold pieces, and you can do what you like with the papers.
Anything's possible. Told you that.
What do you want here? Go! Take your paws off that!
on in here, huh?
I used to say that myself.
You're in for it now.
Will you stop it now?
What's your business here? You miserable little thief! Keep your paws off my stuff from now on. Got it?
You better watch out who you tell that to.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
You can't go on like this forever.
I've got no time for things like that.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
How is that even true?
You should have known better.
So what are you creeping around there for?
Why haven't I heard about this before?
It had to happen sooner or later.
No one would violate the divine order.
Enos deals out fair punishment.
Nobody ever asked.
Hey, you!
I'm staying out of it.
I've got your documents.
Really? Oh, thanks. You've saved me. I don't know how to thank you.
Yeah, just calm down.
Are they really mine? Are you sure? Show me.
Only Enos decides what's right or wrong.
Based on the bare facts, the price has gone up.
You're no better than the others. What do you want?
What have you got?
I can give you 121 gold coins. That's all I have.
Virtue is long, rocky.
That won't be enough.
But I don't have any more money. If I had known that before, I never would have entered the monastery.
That's totally obvious.
Are you satisfied with your task?
Enos
Hey, you!
fair punishment.
Yeah.
That's nothing new.
Couldn't get away with that.
I'm gonna...
What? What's that?
You don't have to ask me that.
Just here.
It happens sooner or later.
I didn't mean to insult you, but I'm really nervous about the whole thing.
It's all right. Have fun with your documents then.
Who told you that?
Enos deals out fair punishment.
Hey, you! I want to... Look.
Enos
Hey.
deals out fair punishment.
I've got...
Really?
Yeah.
Are they?
Who told you that?
Here they are.
Virtue is long, rocky.
Yes, they're. Did you look at them?
Does that make a difference?
No, just. Whew. Now.
Enos deals out fair punishment.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
No big deal.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
Can't rely on that.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
Path of virtue is long, rocky.
That's totally obvious.
Enos deals out fair punishment.
Hey, you!
As if I don't have enough problems.
I've got your...
Really?
Yeah.
Are they?
I could tell you.
That's
Based on the bare facts.
You're no better than...
What have you got?
I can give...
Agreed.
Here's the money and the spell scroll.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
Hey, you!
He thinks it's as easy.
How...
I thank Enos that...
As if I don't have enough.
Wait, mercenary. I need to talk to you.
What do you want?
The monastery is facing a very delicate situation. At the moment, everyone seems to mistrust everybody else. And then, this thing with Pedro. That's extremely... I have an assignment for you from the highest authorities. You're not a member of the Brotherhood of the Fire, and therefore, the only one here who can settle this matter for us. But I must warn you, if I give you this assignment, you'll be bound to fulfill it too. Once you know what it's about, you'll have no choice. Do you understand?
Tell me what you want.
All right, then listen well, for I'm only going to say this once. Serpentis wants you to kill Pedro for his treason. As soon as you lay your hands on him, you will be paid as soon as this task is fulfilled. I never said that, and you haven't heard anything either. Understand?
I need a few things. I'll never get this open without the right key. Hey!
What? What's wrong? Why are you bothering me? Can't you see I'm in the middle of an extremely complicated experiment?
I didn't mean to disturb you.
You already have. Well, what do you want?
Can I learn from you?
I pass on my knowledge only to members of our church.
Could you brew me a potion?
Do you doubt my abilities? I can brew any potion.
Fine.
Not so fast. Naturally, you must bring me the ingredients and pay a small fee for expenses, as well as for the materials.
How much do you ask?
For the brewing itself, I charge 10 gold pieces.
Brew me an elixir of healing.
All right. Do you have the ingredients and the gold?
Yes, here.
Good. I shall give you a potion now, then you won't have to wait so long.
Brew me a potion of great speed.
All right. Do you have the ingredients and the gold?
Yes, here.
Good, thanks. I shall give you a potion now, then you won't have to wait so long.
Hey! Broomy.
Oh,
yes.
good.
Hey, you! Broomy.
Oh,
yeah.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Oh, yeah, good. Oh, yeah, good. Oh, yeah, good. Oh, yeah, good.
Broom.
Oh,
yeah.
good, thanks. Oh, yeah, good. Oh, yeah, good.
You are not permitted to go further. Turn back.
What room is this?
This is where they keep the holy relics of the monastery.
What relics?
Here rests the Hammer of Innos, along with the Shield of Fire. These are the most important relics of Church of Innos, outside the capital of the realm.
Tell me about the shield.
The Shield of Fire was borne by Dominic in the battle on the Southern Isles. But the power of the shield is never to be wielded again. Therefore, we have nailed it to the wall.
Tell me about the hammer.
This is the sacred hammer of Innos. With this hammer, Saint Robar slew the stone sentinel. The Holy Scriptures say that the stone sentinel was invulnerable. He stood in battle like a tower, and the weapons of his enemies were smashed on his skin of stone. With the name of Innos on his lips, Robar hurled himself at the monster and crushed it with one mighty blow of his hammer.
Hey, you! Do you know where Pedro is?
Do you think I'd be standing around here if I knew where the renegade was hiding? He must pay for his deeds. I hope we manage to get the eye back. You have to help us. Find him and bring back the Eye of Innos.
What's going on here?
What do you mean?
You're the second fellow to rush past here like he's been stung by blood flies.
Who was the other guy?
He looked like one of those brainy novices from the monastery back there. You can say what you like, but somehow those guys aren't quite right in the head.
Where did the other one go?
He ran up that way like lightning.
I need to get going.
Hey, no problem.
Hey, you! What's your business here?
You ask a damn lot of questions for such a young whippersnapper. Name the goblin cave we crawled through together, and I'll tell you my secrets. Otherwise, mind your own business.
Hey! Hey! Hey, you! Have you seen a novice pass by here?
A lot of peculiar figures passed by here today, including those two jokers up by the stone arch. A while ago, a novice from the Magicians of Fire was with them as well.
Teach me how—
What exactly? What?
Hey, you!
What exactly? It's really no...
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Who are you?
What is this? An interrogation? I have nothing to tell you, but you might want to talk to my buddy here. But be careful. He doesn't take to strangers.
That's been known.
What are you doing here?
What's it to you?
I'm looking for a novice.
That's very interesting. We're looking for someone too.
Who would that be?
You.
I'm gonna rip you to pieces.
Destroyed the Eye of Innos so that it can never regain its power. We shall now demonstrate the futility of your attempt to challenge the Master.
I have found the Eye of Innos. It's broken.
But that cannot be. What happened?
Some really nasty customers had it. Anyway, I came too late. They were performing a strange incantation on a crescent-shaped ritual site up in those woods.
Innos be with us. They have desecrated our circle of the sun. Even in my worst nightmares, I could never have imagined they would possess this kind of power.
What can we do now?
The enemy has become very strong. Still, this ancient artifact meant a powerful threat to him. We must heal the eye and restore its old power. But time works against us. I cannot begin to imagine what is now going to become of us all. Without the protection of the eye, we are helplessly at the mercy of the enemy. Go to Vatras, the water mage in town. In this terrible situation, only he will know what is to be done. Take the eye to him, and hurry!
What is the Circle of the Sun?
Every year, all the magicians and novices of the monastery travel to this place at the time of the solstice to mark the beginning of a new cycle. The place is filled with the immeasurable power of the sun. Never have I entertained the slightest notion that its power could be reversed. And yet, that is what happened.
Hey! Pyrocar sent me. The Eye of Innos is broken.
I know. I have already learned of it from some very upset novices. The Seekers have used the Fire Magician's Circle of the Sun to destroy the Eye. I would call that an inspired move by the enemy.
What will become of the Eye now?
We must join it back together, but that is no easy task, I fear. The setting is broken into 2 pieces. A skilled smith should be able to repair this. But that is not really the problem. It's rather the inlaid gem that worries me. It is dull and powerless. The enemy seems to have known exactly how to weaken it.
News spreads fast in this city.
That's a good thing, too. The enemy won't be sleeping either.
How can the gem get its power back?
I see only one way. A union of the 3 reigning divinities should achieve the desired effect. A well-prepared ritual of reversal in the place of its destruction will give the gem back its fire. However, the problem is that you must bring an earthly representative of each of the 3 gods to this place. Furthermore, a lot of swamp weed is required for this ritual. I estimate it should be at least 3 plants.
Where can I find this swamp weed?
I have heard about an old quack in the woods named Sagita. She supposedly sells such herbs. But you could also try your luck down at the harbor.
Who could those 3 earthly representatives of the gods be?
I shall represent the god Adonos myself. Pyrocar, the highest fire magician, would be the right person to represent the god Innos. But for Beliar, I cannot think of an appropriate candidate. It must be someone who commands black magic.
Black magic? What about Zardas?
That's it. That could work. I ask myself how you will bring all 3 of us together. I can just see Pyrocar's face when he hears that he must cooperate with Zardas.
Where can I find a smith capable of repairing the setting of the eye?
Ask around in the area for someone who knows how to repair jewelry.
I've got to go.
I shall also set out and prepare the ceremony at the Circle of the Sun. Send Zardas and Pyrokar there. And don't forget to bring the swamp weed. I'm counting on you.
Wait a minute. Can you... Hey, you!
He can't keep anything to himself.
It's a bad business.
Hey, you!
Out and about so early? I'm usually alone at this time of day. But since you're already here, you might as well learn something. So pay attention. You can deceive some opponents if you dodge their blows and attack at the right moment. Remember that in your next fight.
Someone's gonna do the work.
I can't believe that.
What's your business here?
You've... Hey, you're not quite...
Wait a minute. Can you repair jewelry?
I'm a weaponsmith, not a goldsmith. You probably won't find anyone here in the city who can help you. People don't have much money in their pockets anymore, and nobody's gotten rich here in quite a while. Most of them are just glad if they have enough to eat.
Where can I find a goldsmith?
There's supposed to be a good smith with the mercenaries on Onar's farm. Maybe you should look there.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I'm no better off.
There you are again.
I've got a few...
Wolfskin. Ah, good work.
How are things?
There's nothing new so far.
Sure.
But he knew that all along.
I delivered the letter.
Very good. How did Gerbrand take it?
He was rather shocked and made himself scarce right away.
I should think so. I'm afraid that, first of all, I need to attend to furnishing my new house. If I remember correctly, Gerbrand's taste is horrible.
The house is yours, then?
Yes, from cellar to attic, with all the furnishings. Having spent several years in less than befitting quarters, I'm looking forward to sleeping in a soft four-poster bed. And then, for breakfast, I'll have a fine wine and some excellent ham.
You don't miss any chances, do you?
You betcha.
So how did you pull this off?
Did you think that Gerbrand came by his fortune through honest business? Of course, he never got his fingers dirty when it came to really shady deals. He had a helper for that. Of course, I caught on to a lot back then. Gerbrand finally got rid of me. He was probably afraid that I knew too much.
You never told me about that.
You never asked me.
What about Gerbrand?
He has enjoyed the good life for far too long. He was living here in the lap of luxury while I was forcing down meat bug stew. I have no idea where he went from here, but he'll never get a foothold in Khorinis again. I'll see to that. If you're looking for him, you should try the Harbor District.
What about my share?
Looks like you haven't forgotten everything I've taught you after all. But you're right. I couldn't have done it without you. Here's your share.
How's business?
Lousy. Somebody should have told me that Khorinis has gone to the dogs in the meantime.
That's no news. I've only known the city like this.
You should have seen it a few years ago. You would have liked it then.
How's it going?
You'd better scram, you filthy mercenary, before I call the guards.
Relax. I'm not here to steal from you. I'm looking for work.
Ah, so you want to work for me? That is, of course, a different matter. There is, alas, one minor problem. I don't know whether I can trust you. You'll have to prove your loyalty first.
Put me to the test.
All right. Listen. Bring me the sacred hammer of the Magicians of Fire. They keep it somewhere in the basement of their monastery. If you pull that off, I might think about hiring you as a bodyguard.
All right.
Fine. But remember, if they catch you, I've never heard of you.
Hey. I'm supposed to steal from the magicians? You're off your rocker.
Then go to hell and stop wasting my time.
Hey, you. I have the eye. It's broken.
What? By Enos! What have you done? We need the eye. Speak to Pyrokar. There must be a way to put it back together.
Hey, you!
Hey, what do you know? We have mutual friends. In that case, let me express my gratitude for being rescued. Here, take these lockpicks. I'm sure you'll find them useful.
Everything all right?
Thanks for setting me free.
That's an easy. That's terrible.
Who said that? Recognize his wisdom.
You didn't get that from me. You brought too much stuff. I can't give you that much gold all at once. Trouble as it is.
Why haven't I heard about anything from me?
Show me.
I got my own opinion about that. You didn't take that from me.
Do you really think?
You brought. You brought too much.
Why is this?
Don't say you didn't know that. You brought.
It's gonna get a little worse.
You brought.
He said that it comes too much.
You brought.
Do you really think it's a long time?
I've heard a thing or two.
Over again.
You brought too much stuff.
Same old thing. Over again.
I had better shut up.
So why won't they listen to me?
Let's wait and see what happens.
For all your stuff, I'll give you 600 gold pieces.
All right, sold.
We've made some good deals today. Better not come back until tomorrow, or somebody might get suspicious. You see?
That's not what I heard.
Nobody wants to know.
Really?
I love myself. That's no secret.
Someone's gonna do the work.
I couldn't get away with that.
Hey!
Let's wait and see what happens.
Anything new?
What is that about? You and your buddy Diego have wreaked enough havoc already. Leave me alone!
We can only wait and see.
I don't want to hear that.
Been there, done that. I hardly know what's about. Of course, we got him in the end.
That's really not my problem.
He ran like Beliar himself was after him.
That's not what I heard.
We have to step in and sort things out.
Do you really believe that?
I'm telling you,
Hey!
believe everything you hear. I don't believe this is gonna change.
Can you repair jewelry?
That depends. You would have to show me the piece. Nobody ever asked for it.
Can you have a look at this amulet?
Sure, let me see. That is a beautiful piece of work. The setting is shot. I think I can fix it, though.
How long will it take you?
If you leave it here with me, It'll be done by the time you come back tomorrow. And I won't even charge you for it. You got me out of the slammer after all.
Just step in and sort things out. I can't believe that.
Here's the amulet. Please repair it for me.
All right. I'll have finished the new setting by tomorrow.
Don't say it didn't.
You can come to me and get it then.
Do you really believe that? Of course we got him in the end. I've heard a thing or two. Nobody will learn anything.
Nobody ever asks me.
I've talked to Vatras.
Ah, good. Where is he?
He's preparing a ritual at the Circle of the Sun in order to heal the Eye of Innos.
If that is true, then maybe there is hope after all.
Vatras wants Zardas and you to help him with that.
What? Zardas will be there too? You cannot be serious.
Hey, this wasn't my decision. Vatras insists.
It is always that Zardas. I am tired of it. Things could hardly get any worse. So how do I know that Zardas is not in league with the enemy? I cannot trust Zardas, no matter how much we may need him. I am sorry, but I cannot help Vatras under these circumstances.
It can't be done without you. Vatras wouldn't be able to perform the ritual otherwise. You'll have to trust Zardas.
There is nothing that I have to do, you hear? I do not have the slightest proof that Zardas is not working against us. I cannot do this.
What if I could bring you some proof?
That is impossible, I fear. It would really have to impress me. As far as Zardas is concerned, I have my doubts whether he can still impress me at all.
Tell me.
He can't keep anything to himself.
That's all just gossip. So why won't they listen to me? Don't tell me you didn't know that.
That's no secret.
You hardly know who to believe.
Here's the sacred hammer of the magicians.
I
I'm truly impressed. You're really serious about this, aren't you? Here's your pay. Fine. If that's how it is, I have another task for you already. Some days ago, several prisoners escaped from the local jail. Those bastards have taken off to the mountains, somewhere in the direction of Zardas's new tower. The name of their leader is Morgahard. I want you to kill him. Go! Hurry before they're gone for good.
Hey. The Eye of Innos has been destroyed.
What are you saying? Destroyed?
I found it up in the northern forests. Unfortunately, I've only been able to salvage its fragments.
That was our only chance to stand up to those dragons, and it's gone. We have failed.
What now?
This is a painful blow. We have to reorient ourselves. I shall retreat and ponder the matter. In the meantime, you should go to town and talk to Vatras, the water mage. I could imagine that maybe he knows what's to be done.
Vatras sent me to you.
That's good. What did he say?
He said something about a reversal ritual at the Circle of the Sun?
That old devil. I think I know what he's up to. You have come to summon me to him.
Looks like it. When will you set out?
I must not keep Vatras waiting. I shall be on my way immediately. You must fulfill your tasks and then join me again.
Wait a minute. Pyrokar refuses to show up for the ritual. First, he wants proof that he can trust you.
Ah, really? Pyrokar. How interesting. That old geezer is getting to be a nuisance. But I think I've got something for you that'll be useful. Back when I left the Order of the Fire Magicians, I took a few things with me from the monastery. I didn't want a troop of paladins or fire magicians to turn my tower upside down at some point and find all those things. So I hid them in safe places where the magicians would certainly never look for them.
And where?
Some of them lie locked in a chest on Sekob's farm.
You trust that Sekob?
No, but he can be bought and ask no awkward questions. Also, the chest is locked. Here's the key. There's a very old book among those things. When Pyrokar sees that book, he'll know it came from me. It is of no further use to me, so I guess it can at least fulfill this purpose.
Is the reversal ritual going to work?
I cannot be sure. That depends on what exactly Vatras is going to do.
You better stay away from me if you don't want to land in jail.
Where is Morgahard, your leader?
We split up, so we wouldn't get caught so quickly. No idea where the others are.
Too bad. Then I guess I'll have to get the judge.
Okay. I suppose some of us have made off to the tavern, but you didn't hear that from me, okay? Forget it. I'm not going back to jail.
You haven't come to take us back to jail, have you?
Hey, leave me alone.
Hey, you!
Forget it. I'm not going back to jail.
You haven't come to take us back to jail, have you?
Listen.
Hey, you!
What do you want from me?
Where is Morgahard, your leader?
I don't want any trouble. Go to the landowner. He wanted to hide himself with the mercenaries, and now leave me alone.
Hey, you! You are Morgahard.
How come you know my name?
The judge is looking for you. You fled from his jail. What'd you do? Steal his wallet?
Not his. The governor's. And on his behalf, too. Well, after we attacked the governor, he didn't want to share the booty with us. And had us arrested. We didn't want to wind up on the gallows. So we fled. We thought they'd never catch us that way. That seems to have been a mistake.
What can we do against the judge?
Nothing at all. He sits up there in the upper end of town like a spider in his web. Untouchable.
I wouldn't say that. We'd only need some proof of his guilt in the matter concerning the governor.
Proof, you say? I have that. But who'd listen to a convicted criminal?
Give me your proof, and I'll see to it that no one will hunt you again.
Are you sure? All right. Here, take this letter. It bears the judge's signature. Even if it doesn't change my guilt, it should be enough to confirm that he was an accomplice in the business. Nothing amazes me anymore. But no, he insisted he knew better. That's not what I heard. It's a bad business. Is it really true? I agree with you completely. Is it really true? You hardly know who to believe these days. I agree with you completely. That's all just gossip. But no, he insisted he knew better. That's all just gossip. You hardly know who to believe these days. That's been known a long time. Will it ever change? But no, he insisted he knew better. Will it ever change? There's nothing you can do about it. I'm not telling you anything new. thought of that himself.
It was his decision, wasn't
Do you really believe that? Do you really believe that? You hardly know who to believe these days.
He thinks this is easy.
I already thought as much.
That's not what I heard.
I found something to incriminate the judge.
Really? What is it?
He hired a few thugs to mug the governor of Khorinis. Shortly afterwards, he had them arrested and pocketed all the gold. I brought you the written order the judge gave those thugs as evidence.
Show me.
Of course we got him in the end.
At last! That should be enough to make him bleed. I'm impressed. I'm willing to shell out quite a bit for that. Here's your reward. And not a word about this to anyone. Got it?
It can't go on like this forever.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
You have to step in and sort things out.
He never would have thought of that himself.
I'm not telling you anything new. It was quite obvious. Just like you said.
I'd have gone about it differently anymore.
That swine of a judge. I'll see him swing someday.
He insisted he knew better.
It was his decision.
That's really good, my love.
These are bad times.
I'm no better off myself.
You go to the monastery now to be judged.
What? Have you gone off your rocker? Like hell I will. Those miserable magicians don't have the slightest proof against me.
I have my orders and I'm going to carry them out, so either you go now, or I'll make you.
What? I'll drag you through town by your collar like a filthy rag. Well, we'll see the next time. All right.
So, are you going to the monastery now, or should I give you another...
You'll live to regret this. Yes, damn it. I'll go to that monastery, but don't you think you'll get away with this? Beat it!
Show me...
Smart kid.
you wait.
I brought this book from Zardas. It's a token of his trust.
Show me. But this is incredible. Do you have even the slightest notion what it is that you just gave me?
No.
This is an ancient, long-lost tome from days gone by. We all thought that it was lost for good, and now I learn that Zardas knew all along what had become of it.
So will you be there for the ritual?
Yes, I shall depart for the Circle of the Sun, but certainly not because I am convinced of Zardas's good intentions. In fact, I am going to make this jackal explain where he has kept the book hidden for so many years. He has definitely gone too far this time. I shall see you at the Circle of the Sun.
Do you think you can patch up the eye again?
Hard to say. Let us wait and see.
Hey, you!
I couldn't get away with that.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
That's no secret.
So it says in the scripture.
Hey!
There's more, believe me.
That'll only cause more trouble.
Inos deals out fair punishment.
What are you doing?
What exactly is your job?
It is my responsibility to train mages in the art of spherical manifestation.
What does that mean?
Well, I teach them how to summon creatures or beings from other states or spheres. This is usually called summoning, although this expression alone is insufficient for the art of calling a servant. Furthermore, I own some interesting spell scrolls which Gorax does not have.
How are your studies coming along?
The enemy has many faces. Which of them presents the greatest danger for the monastery is awfully difficult to determine.
I've brought back the Eye of Innis.
I am relieved you were able to snatch the eye away from the enemy, but the danger has not been averted. Evil is making further plans and is proceeding with unusual aggression.
I've already figured that out for myself.
Do not mock me. The situation is serious, very serious, and we don't know whom we can trust. The enemy has already succeeded in leading the novice Pedro into temptation, and he may have success with many others.
Show me your wares.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
I've got no time for things like
No one must violate the divine order.
Inos deals out fair punishment.
Will it ever change? I don't believe this is gonna change.
No idea. You tell me.
It can't go on like this forever.
His decision, wasn't it?
That's nothing new.
Beat it!
Salandril is here in the monastery.
Well done. We shall deal with him later. Here is your reward. And not another word about this. Understood?
Is there any...
Dismissed.
Beat it!
Just what I said.
It had to happen sooner or later.
That's just what I said.
That's no secret.
I never would have thought.
See that? I can't help it.
I'll get some more Shadow Beast horns for your merchant.
Great. Give them here. And get me more. Who knows for how long that merchant will still want these things. Here's your share.
I'll get some more Shadow Beast horns for your merchant.
Great. Here's your... I've got no time for things like that.
Will it ever change?
You don't have to...
Hey!
He doesn't even know how to hold.
Show there is a...
He really said that. You listened to the wrong people.
I'm staying out of it.
Hey! I've got a shot.
Great. Here's your share.
He doesn't even know how to.
Show there is a...
I couldn't care less.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
No idea. You tell me.
Hey! I've got a shot.
Great. Here's your... I couldn't care less.
That's not what I heard.
You should really have known better.
It can't go
Hey, you!
You listen to the wrong people.
Is the amulet ready?
Yes. Here.
Like this forever.
I had to make a new setting for the stone. I worked on it all night, and now it's as good as new.
That's the first I've heard of it.
That was obvious all along.
He can't keep anything to himself. And it's gonna get even worse. Who says things like that?
I did everything you told me to do. Here's the repaired eye.
Indeed, there is nothing missing now for the performance of the ritual.
What about the swamp weed?
Ah, yes. Do you have 3 swamp weed plants then?
Yes. Here are the 3 plants.
Excellent. You have done well. But now, step aside so that we may begin the ceremony. May our spirits unite!